You are watching The Week on Al Jazeera One. Welcome. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, renewed on Sunday, while supervising the opening of the judicial year, the realization of the legitimate demands of the people. In his speech, he said, "I pledged before God and the people to achieve the legitimate demands of the people," and he was keen to keep the owners of corrupt money from infiltrating the elections. The President of the Republic added, "We will continue our course by electing members of the National Assembly and installing the Constitutional Court." He called on the government to expedite the study of the basis law of the Judicial and the Supreme Judicial Council. And he stressed his keenness to improve the social conditions of judges. He pointed out that the profound changes will establish a new justice in which judges are free to perform their duties. The Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, Ayman bin Abdulrahman, revealed that the state decided to give up the profits of Sonatrach, Sonalgas, and other public institutions to allow them to expand their investments and intensify their activities. The minister's statement came during his response to questions from members of the Finance and Budget Committee of the People's National Assembly within the framework of discussing the Finance Bill 2022 related to the source of the budget deficit. He pointed out that the government expects a decline in exceptional incomes. Among them are profits from state-owned companies such as Sonatrach and Sonalgas. Regarding ways to cover the budget deficit, the Prime Minister stressed that the government has not and will not resort to printing money or external borrowing. He pointed out that the reference price for a barrel of oil was adopted on the basis of $45 a barrel, although the price of a barrel is currently around $85. Therefore, the Revenue Control Fund, to which his surplus will be directed, will contribute to absorbing this deficit. The Minister of Health, Population and Hospital Reform, Abdulrahman bin Bouzid, said that the virus is still present among us. Experts also expect a fourth wave during the celebration of the National Blood Donation Day on Monday at the National Blood Donation Agency. The minister added that since the start of the vaccination campaign in Algeria so far, we have only reached 23% doses, equivalent to more than 4 million. He added that the number of vaccinated people in the education, higher education and the health sector did not exceed 20%. The percentage of vaccinated students did not exceed 1%. The minister revealed that the virus is preparing for another battle. The largest number of citizens must be vaccinated, adding that the vaccines are safe and effective, and in Algeria there is a stockpile of 13 million vaccines, which is distributed across the health centers and neighboring institutions in order to vaccinate citizens. The minister explained that the ministry did not force anyone to get vaccinated because it is a personal freedom. However, it has conducted studies with the Ministry of Youth and Sports in order to compulsorily vaccinate citizens to enter sports spaces and stadiums, calling for vaccinations in order to reopen cinemas and concert halls. And on Tuesday, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, signed presidential decrees that include new appointments to the Presidency of the Republic according to what was issued in the latest issue, number 80 of the Official Gazette by decree dated October 13. The following were appointed: Riyad Baghdadli, Director of Studies at the Department of Economic Modernization and Investment Diversification and Promotion; Katia Naila Sahli, in charge of studies and summarizing at the Political, Institutional, Legal and Judicial Issues Department; Mohammed Belqasem, in charge of studies and summarizing at the Presidency of the Republic. Omar Amrouche was also appointed by a decree dated October 7 as head of studies at the Directorate of Official Processions and Transport, the General Directorate of Official Presidency or Residency and Transport at the Residency or the Presidency of the Republic. And get into Wednesday, where the Minister of Justice, Abdelrashid Tibbi, appointed a working group to propose adapting the legal and procedural provisions to the economic reality. A statement by the Ministry of Justice stated that the work group includes judges from the Supreme Court, senior officials, researchers, university professors, and specialists in business law. The Minister of Justice delivered the message to the members containing the main themes around which the issue of works revolves. The statement indicated that members have the right to propose new legal articles that serve the public authorities' effort to adapt laws to the economic situation. Head of the Staffing and Preparation Department of the People's National Army, Major General Mohammed Qaidi, participated in the 13th meeting of the Chiefs of Staff of the Armies of the Member States of the 5+5 Defense Initiative, representing the Chief of Staff of the People's National Army, Lieutenant General Saïd Shingriha, high military officials from Algeria, Spain, France, Italy, Libya, Malta, Mauritania, Morocco, Portugal, and Tunisia participated in the meeting, and headed by the Chief of Staff of the Mauritanian Armies, Lieutenant General Mohammed Bamba Migit. The meeting allowed the delegation participated in the study and assessment of the security and epidemiological conditions in the western part of the Mediterranean through the exchange of analyses and experiences gleaned from the threat and the challenges witnessed by the member states of the 5+5 Defense Initiative. Major General Qaidi stressed the need to convene and redouble efforts in the spirit of multilateral security cooperation. It is characterized by realism and frankness between the various countries of the initiative, with the aim of responsibly addressing the various challenges that threaten our geographical space. He also pointed out that Algeria is in keeping with the principles and foundations of its foreign policy based on the principle of good neighborliness. It remains fully prepared to participate in international and regional efforts to combat the threat of terrorism and transnational organized crime. The Major General stressed the keenness of the Supreme Command of the National People's Army to maintain and strengthen the important forum for cooperation. Minister of Justice, Keeper of the Seals, Abdelrashid Tibbi, received on Thursday the permanent representative of the International Committee of the Red Cross in Algeria, Valerie Hubert, in response to the request to meet him. The two sides discussed the history of relations between the International Committee of the Red Cross and Algeria, which date back to the Glorious Liberation Revolution period, and the assistance provided by this International Committee to the Algerian people through relief efforts during the period of their struggle against colonialism. The two parties also reviewed the reality of relations between Algeria and the International Committee of the Red Cross and the present time, especially with the justice sector and the positive role played by this committee in the field of human rights promotion. Valerie Hubert gave a presentation on the program she has drawn up for the year 2022 and the work methodology that was adopted during the various visits that the mission will make to penal institutions in Algeria. Minister of Energy and Mines, Mohamed Argab, received Thursday in Algeria a Tanzanian delegation headed by Energy Minister Janiori Yusuf Makamba, with whom he agreed to assign a joint working group to study the possibilities of supplying Tanzania with fuel. During this meeting, which took place in the presence of the heads of the Sonatrach and Sonalgas complexes, the two ministers, after studying all possibilities of cooperation, agreed on a work program whereby a joint working group was assigned to implement the selected measures to study the possibilities of supplying Tanzania with fuels, crude oil and refined products, and storing fuels. The two sides also discussed investment opportunities in engineering, electricity generation, and the development of the electricity network in Tanzania, where it was agreed to sign in the future a memorandum of understanding in this field. Makamba also indicated that the two countries will work jointly and that a technical group will be responsible for developing a roadmap for the implementation of concrete projects as soon as possible. Minister of Foreign Affairs and National Community Abroad, Ramtal Al-Mamra, confirmed on Friday that there is no substitute for collective actions in the face of transitional threats such as those caused by disasters. In a speech he delivered on behalf of the President of the Republic, Al-Mamra indicated that African countries are among the countries most vulnerable to the effects of natural disasters and extreme weather phenomena. During the recent period, he stressed that Africa must be able to make its voice heard at at the upcoming United Nations Conference on Climate Change. For reference, the minister participated yesterday as a representative of the President of the Republic in a meeting of the Peace and Security Council of the African Union at the level of heads of state and government. This meeting focused on addressing the topic disaster risk management in Africa, challenges and prospects for the protection of human security. A representative of the member states in the PSC welcomed the proposal at the President of the Republic, which was adopted unanimously, while instructing the AU Commission to begin preparations for the implementation of this very promising initiative, especially in view of the increase in the number of natural disasters and extreme weather phenomena on the continent. Italian President Sergio Mattarella will be in Algeria on November 6 and 7, the first visit of its kind in 18 years. Italian Deputy Foreign Minister Maniello Di Stefano said in an interview with the Nova News agency that this visit was very important because Algeria is an essential and strategic Maghreb country for Italy. Di Stefano said that Algeria has very close relations with Italian companies that have a very high presence there. This is confirmed by the close ties that bind the entire energy network to any company. He considered Algeria as an important country and one of the most important countries in the entire region, especially in terms of combating illegal immigration and terrorism. It is also currently the second largest supplier of gas to Italy after Russia, he added. Algeria, which I have visited twice in the past 3 years, that publicly announced that the domestic consumption of natural gas is increasing and it aims to reduce its exports. And before achieving the end, and on the occasion of the celebration of the 67th anniversary of the outbreak of the victorious Tahrir Revolution, coinciding with the 1st of November 2021, we present to all the Algerian people our warmest congratulations and best wishes, hoping that the Almighty God would bring back to us all this precious memory of the heads of Algerians with goodness and blessings. We achieve the end of this number. Thanks for watching.